Hello and welcome to yet another Drop the Puck Christmas special. It's our favourite time of year, Ben.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Gary,
what?
When you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, Wonderchop's here representing.
Ah, there you go.
And we've decided to change things up this year. We've come down to Widnes, to Silver Blades here to check in. We've seen some great games here this year from Widnes.
They locked us in. We didn't come down.
We've been stuck here for weeks. Yeah. I see you've brought a friend.
Yeah.
Who is he?
Number 19. So it doesn't matter.
I've no idea what's going on.
Somebody said pick up a penguin.
All the chocolate biscuits are available.
Oh yeah.
Now, of course, whilst we're here at Widnes, we should check in with a few of the games that we've covered here, and this week, being a Christmas special, we're going to run down some of our favourite episodes so far this season, some of the best games that we've covered. Of course, we're going to have one of our favourite segments each Christmas, Wonderchop's Naughty List.
Oh yes.
And of course, it wouldn't be Christmas unless we checked in with left field now, would it?
Oh, of course not.
So of course, without further ado, let's look at our first game that we want to look at this week, and that is a classic encounter, Widnes Wild, Altrincham Aces. We said it was going to be a great game, and of course it was.
Of course, our very first overtime game here on Drop the Puck, and what a performance by both teams at the time. Obviously Widnes took the early lead, Altrincham managed to pull it back very late on, took it to the overtime, and Mikey Gilbert with that game-winning goal, but the game spoke for itself really, end-to-end action, both teams up for it, a few scuffles, a lot of glove dropping.
Ben, you were calling that game, you were our play-by-play guy for it, and of course as soon as it goes into overtime, how did that feel? What was going through your mind?
Where's the coffee?
The burgers were nice. I must say that.
But in all fairness, no, the minute it went into overtime, we knew we had the game in our hands anyway. And both teams were giving a really good account of themselves on the day. When it actually comes to the overtime, it was a step up again. You know, you're only allowed 3 guys on the ice, so you've got to go with your 3 best. Ollie Barron made the call that day, put himself out there initially with Stu Brittle, Paolo Lavales as well. I think the 3 of them went out, and it was after the first rotation, Mikey Gilbert got his skate to the ice. And it was shortly after that they managed to get the goal. It was obviously the Altrincham penalty though that led to that, bringing a 4th man onto the ice. But the intensity and the excitement of 3-on-3 hockey is brilliant though. Really enjoyed it.
Of course, let's take a look at that game now, see all the goals and all the action that came from that. And don't forget, still to come, we've got the Naughty List, we've got a view from left field, and we've got plenty more games to talk about.
Ho ho ho. Yeah, you can see that they're settling into the game a bit more, but look, there's getting physical already. Looks like we've got a bit of a tussle there going on.
And that's Tom Rivers, and we've gone!
And we're going.
We go!
Oh, and it's ended as quickly as it started, as he brings him down onto the ice. Officials get in there quickly, break that up, but this looks like the first of no doubt many tonight, Ben.
Well, they're going to have 5 minutes to cool off as they sit their penalties. Brittle takes it in, looks to go backhand, and up front, it's in! And Stuart Brittle there drew all the defenders to one side, and it's the man Ollie Barron himself.
Well, you give him a chance, give him an inch, he'll take it. That puck slid back from the byline there, just into his path, and it's a straightforward shot into the net, and the Wild take the first goal in this tight game. Widnes 1, Altrincham 0.
So Widnes draw first blood in this very heated affair. 4 minutes 40 remaining in this first period, and certainly, Gary, they're going to want to try and get another one in, open up that comfort zone as the puck again comes across. Slater with a big hit on corns. Puck round to the point. Again, Widnes applying all that pressure. Gilbert now.
Surprisingly, Ben, I noticed there's only one Altrincham player sitting in front of the keeper. And you've got 2 Wild players in front of that net as well.
And notably, that goal ended the penalty for Greaves, so we're back to 5-on-5. As we're tied up behind the board.
Oh,
is this going to be possibly a high stick call? He's reaching for his helmet, and
here
again.
we go.
No, we're saying it's a heated fair.
Oh, here we go, and it's off. Greaves is throwing the punches in.
We've got definitely. We knew there'd be some glove drops today, Gary, but I wasn't expecting that. It's Ratcliffe involved in that.
Well, Ratcliffe and Greaves have been having a little go at each other.
And who else? There's others in there can just about make out. Looks like Jackson.
And Gilbert as well. Mikey Gilbert for witness.
And the officials are going to want to take a hold on this game, Gary, otherwise this could get out of hand.
Well, we said it before, penalties are going to cost them, and the one thing that Altrincham don't need is players in the penalty box.
Well, is able to get that out. Brittle picks that up, over ice, immediately surrounded by red shirts.
Oh, and
Barron
somebody gets a stick to the face there. One of the aces drops down on that attack.
Looks like Cade King. Welcome back to Drop the Puck as we get this third period under the way here at Silverblades Widnes. The Widnes Wild currently 1 goal to the good over the Altrincham Minxes. Gary?
Yeah, it's been an interesting 2 periods. Firstly, that first period where Widnes were dominant, done really well, got that 1 goal. In the second period, it's been all Altrincham as we've got a player lying down on the ice.
Now with Brittle, it appeared he went. Ryan came out of his net, went behind to play the puck out, and as he did so, Brittle looked like he was going to try and jump on the loose puck on the empty net, and unfortunately he just took a tumble into the boards there. Face off is won by the Aces within the Wild zone. Wild pick up a loose puck, bring that straight back down. Round the board to Corns. Bobby Corns looking for a man out front. Ratcliffe's unable to get there.
It's those little shots that they feed in just shy of the corner post in the hope of a deflection or a bounce off, but nobody there to pick it up this time.
Shot comes in off the stick of King and off the plexi. There's King now. Just turns back. Mitrick in support with him. Plays it right over the far side. Berry turns that out over the halfway. Ratcliffe couldn't get that in. Wild pick it back up though. And one thing that can be said, Gary, is a lot of the opportunities are coming from picked off passes.
Yeah, it's mistakes. That's what it's, and that's what's going to cost the team either way. It's either going to be, for Altrincham to get back into this, they need to pick up on a mistake and get a goal. But the Wild are being very, very clever, passing the puck around well. Ollie Barron's commanding his team quite well this afternoon.
Slater plays that up the boards to Lee. Lee tries another one of those stretch passes with Gilbert, who's going to pick that off. Puck finds its way back to Lee though. Wild clear that out. Near side now. Hughes can't get his stick on it, does so, finds a man out front. Ryan does enough. We break straight back down the other end. Ashington shoots straight into the glove of Croyle. Face off is won by Widnes. Well, fanned pass, and King jumps on that quickly. It's in! And Altrincham with the short-handed goal.
Oh my goodness!
Cade King.
King with that shot. He breaks away on that loose puck as it comes down the left side, skates towards the net and sticks it away in the top right-hand corner.
Side. Berry. King does enough to clear that. And Vels back on. Ballister turns round, allowing his team to get that change in.
Dunford's keeping the pressure on him.
There's Barron. Barron against the board now with Berry.
Gilbert's got it.
Dunford just chasing him round. King's out in front as well. There's Valles again. Puts that back in. Gilbert looks for the wraparound.
It's in! Gilbert's done it! Mikey Gilbert with the overtime goal. Well, what can you say? He did a hat-trick last week in the game against Blackburn Hawks too. And he's the star of the show today in the overtime as he gets that goal quickly on the replay as we look. He turns around and whips it back in behind him. Altrincham couldn't do nothing about it, and it's now game over.
So guys, this season it's fair to say that at our sort of spiritual home, as it were, Deeside Leisure Centre, where we do quite a lot of our filming, it's been a tough time.
It has. It's easy to just turn on your TV every week and just watch Drop the Puck, but it's the work that goes on behind the scenes. It's been a tough season.
And we caught the first Dragons victory of the season in a thrilling game against the Solihull Barons. Yeah,
that was a game that on paper you had the Barons down to take the win, but and of course Deeside had other ideas and they came out all guns blazing on that one. It was a really tense game, and fortunately for the Dragons, they come away with the win.
Real back and forth encounter. I think it was yourself again, Ben, who was involved in that one. What is it with you calling all the good games this year? When am I going to get a chance?
Maybe tonight, maybe tonight. But no, in all fairness, anytime you get the Barons Dragons face off against each other, you're always guaranteed a good game. The Barons are never without the powerhouse forward line of obviously Yannick, Tom Saw, Nicholas Otterson. You know you've got to keep an eye on those guys when they're on the ice. The Dragons have done the homework on this one, and with the new look Dragons coming through, they were determined to sort of start stamping some authority on the Morley Conference, and that's what we saw.
Of course, I've said before, the Dragons Barons is one of my favourite rivalries. We go back to that very first season of Drop the Puck, one of the best games that I've been a part of. Really enjoyed that, and of course this season was no different, and we're looking forward to seeing those guys back in action soon. As you can see behind me, the Dragons and the Wild hitting the ice for the game that's taking place later on tonight. So let's take you to that game, that Dragons Barons game. Take a look in. You're not going to believe this one. Really great action.
Out, and it's going to be Wigglesworth.
Oh, it's stolen.
And that's Hetherington. Hetherington goes 1-on-1.
That's in.
Steve Hetherington with the goal there, Gary. Takes Dan Brittle to the near post and slots it top shelf far side. Picking himself up.
I've got to be honest, Ben. Both netminders tonight so far have been outstanding.
It's certainly going to give the offensive units a test. There's that in between the legs of Baird there. Has that gone in? It's gone through his legs.
Yeah,
that's a goal for Thomas Saw.
And we've been saying this, you've got to be careful. Saw will punish you if you let him have the chance. Dragons have got to take advantage of this.
And now Parsons tries to play near side. Stabbing away and throw the back. It's in!
Chris Jones was there.
Parsons plays it round the back. The puck comes out in front. Chris Jones is there to put it away.
Well, I'm sure that's Chris Jones' first goal on his return back for the Dragons. He's going to be happy.
I've just noticed, Gary, it's actually Josh Nichols in net for the Barons. Crucially by the Barons, as the Dragons are on a pile play now in the second period. But Mackenzie's got it!
Mackenzie, you can't let him have a shot on goal.
And no sooner is Harrison sacked back down in the penalty box, he's going back to his bench as the Dragons capitalise, Gary. Austin. No, sorry, Brodin takes it off. Goes round. Brodin!
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Mike Brodin with the goal for the Dragons, and Gary,
he made that look so easy.
Well, Mike Brodin, as you can see in the replay there, manages to go around two defenders. Lovely little drag out in front of the netminder, draws Nichols out, forces him to go down. Lovely little backhand over.
Yeah, he's got to be pleased with that. It's his first goal for the Dragons this season.
Bruce near side, one of the Barons players loses his stick as Richardson now just applying the pressure to Bruce. Plays it across the blue. Goes to another shot. Shot goes in, and it's Yanak.
And we knew it was coming.
And the Barons finally use the power play to their advantage. Gary.
Yeah, we've said you can't write them off, and they know how to do it. They can crawl back into this if they try. They're only 2 behind again now. They're still within this game. There's still quite a lot left in it.
Barons set to go again. Bruce near side. Plays that back. Yanak goes D to D. Shot comes across over the net. And then those net battles getting really rough again, Gary.
Yeah.
Big shot comes in
Oh,
from
it's
Yanak.
in! It's in!
And Baird had the glove up, thought it had gone in, but it's just caught the bottom of the glove, deflected down and in.
Well, that pressure's been coming. The Barons have been building it up, and we knew at some point it was going to pay off. Dragons pull one back. Barons have pulled one back. It's Dragons 4, Barons 3.
Here I am. I've broken out to the bunker below left field. I've broken out to talk to you about the coming year, because 2017 went exactly as I foretold. Last year I made Colin Kaepernick the View from Left Field Man of the Year. I'm making him the Man of the Year again this year, because without throwing a single ball in anger, he's been the most influential man throughout the entire NFL. The season started this year with the continuation of the protests, but we had the unedifying sight of the most transparent attempt I've ever seen by the NFL owners to co-opt these protests for their own ends. We had the NFL Goblin-in-Chief, Jerry Jones, linking arms with his players on the touchline prior to the anthem, not during, in order to protest unity, apparently, whatever protest and unity means. The issue at heart is not the anthem. They are not protesting the national anthem. They are not protesting for unity. They are protesting the extrajudicial slaying of young black men by the state in the United States. The result of President Babyhand's intervention has been what? A further expansion of the protests. The almost entire Miami Dolphins lineup knelt during the national anthem during one of their games, just after President Trump made his first intervention. Even an intervention by Papa John himself, the purveyor of doughy, over-salted 3D representations of an artist's impression of what pizza might be, couldn't do a thing to halt the protests. Papa John said it was down to the protests his business was hurting. His business model for selling you over-salted doughy mess is apparently being hurt by players protesting during the national anthem, so he pulled a sponsorship from the NFL. This wasn't a transparent attempt by NFL Goblin-in-Chief and largest Papa John's franchise owner in Texas, Jerry Jones, putting a pawn in play. This wasn't a transparent attempt to undermine the protest by other means. No, this was real serious concern by Papa John's. The man's business was hurting. But that's what it's about. It's about sponsorship. Players, prior to 2009, didn't used to come out, or didn't have to come out, and stand for the national anthem during games. NFL started receiving money from the branches of the US military, the Navy, the Army, the Air Force. This money was paid for as a means of recruitment by the military. The ramped up militarism in the NFL during that period from 2009 has been a form of sponsorship, and the NFL owners always look out for their partners and always look out for their bottom line. Papa John was just a pawn in this game. The real issue was the effect it has on the military sponsorship. That's why the owners struck out against it, but the players stayed true to the issue. It was never about the anthem itself. It wasn't about the men and women serving in the military. It wasn't about veterans. It was always about the social issues that the players felt strongly about. The owners eventually had to concede this, and as we speak, the players and the owners have been in a dialogue, a negotiation about how to resolve these protests and what the owners can do to assist the players in resolving the issues that they are protesting about. Now, the owners made the first offer, which has been roundly rejected by the majority of the players because it was, again, a transparent attempt to control the issue. the NFL owners throw some money at it. They said they would donate what amounted to about $1.5 million per year per team to causes close to the players' heart, social justice causes. But the money was going to be distributed in such a fashion, the owners had the final say. This was money coming from a discretionary fund that's always been there. The owners were just moving some money around to try and make this issue go away. A small amount of money that they would have the final say over the disbursement of. The players didn't bite. They've discounted it because they feel that what they're protesting is worth a lot more than what the NFL is going to give it. I've always said sport is at its best when those that play, the sportsmen and women, speak out on issues and act out on issues beyond the sports they play. They're more than just the players of games. They are role models and they have a platform to be used, and sport is at its greatest when that platform is used for the betterment of society as a whole. I want to say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the players in the NFL, and I want to say bring on 2018. I wish you all the best for your fight, and I think you're going to be successful.
Hi, I'm Adam Mackman.
And I'm Michelle Story.
From Warriors Radio, and we want to wish everyone at Drop the Puck
Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year.
Hey guys, this is Adrian Mott from Sheffield Steel Dogs, wishing everyone at Drop the Puck a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. As we say in Slovakia, Veselé Vianoce a šťastný nový rok.
Hey, Ads Andrews here. I just want to wish all the players, fans and clubs of the Morally and Labour Conference a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Hi everyone, Scott McKenzie from Telford Tigers here. I just want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. All the best. Cheers.
Everyone at Drop the Puck and the viewers, Merry Christmas from the D-Side Dragons.
Merry Christmas.
Cheers. Happy Christmas.
So, one of the... You've got your penguin again?
Yeah. Safety all the time, man. I don't want to fall over. Slippery here.
Helps if you put the penguin on the floor, Gary.
Oh. Maybe you should make them taller then.
Or maybe you should be on your knees with the penguin.
Okay.
No, let's not go there. It's Christmas morning after all. Of course, new addition to the league this year was the Dragons 2. We saw the Dragons split their team. They took a team into the Morally Conference, where we saw them last year, and a team in Laidlaw, where we're used to seeing them from previous seasons to Drop the Puck. It's been a long first half of the season for both teams. Following the Dragons 2, we've seen some great games here on Drop the Puck this season from them, and I think one of the best games that we've actually been able to see was that game against the Bulldogs.
Yes, so obviously the Bradford Bulldogs were almost a year ago where the D2 team are now the Dragons 2 team, so they were in heavy development, a lot of players coming through. We know they've got a great youth camp there with players like Brown, that now plays at Sheffield, the Steel Dogs. We saw him come through that youth encampment. Players like Rhys Kearney-Witter as well, you know, learned their trade at Bradford, so they're doing really well there. But they came to the Den, and it was a bit of a point to prove, basically. They wanted to prove that they'd made that next step up. The Dragons, so close, biting on the heels all the way throughout the game. Just unfortunately, you know, experience edged it out on the end of at the end of the day. But really good game.
We've got highlights of that game coming up. Let's take you there.
But Bradford have won it and tried to play it up to Salt. Now Fico has chasing down a loose puck here with Stretton. Stretton backhands it, but it's collected by Thomas, and he's got Plant out in front if he can find him. It came off the skate of one of the Bradford players. Will Banks up at the point, plays it to Fico. Fico knocks it inside for Thomas. Thomas needs to find Plant, but he shoots, and that was an easy block for Thurkettle. And now Brown goes down. He's 2-on-1, Meadows. Oh, and the pass was deflected. It comes to Lavery, who effectively kicks the puck up to the top of the zone, where Meadows battles for it with Kushnierenko, throws a hit now, cross ice, and they've scored. Stockton for the Bradford Bulldogs.
In all fairness, it was coming, you could see it in the build-up of that play then. Dragons players unfortunately bundled in the middle of the ice there, left the Bulldogs wide open. Lavery's had a good period so far, but you can only do so much, George.
Yeah, she was hopelessly exposed on that play there. He had all the time in the world and could have done anything he liked with the puck. Edgerton contests the face-off at centre ice as Kaminicek hits Evans and Keating pressures Boothroyd, who goes back behind his net and plays the puck up to Kemp. Kemp tried to chip it to centre ice, but that was cut out. And Steve Fellows pivots for Dragons, but Nelson's got round him and goes back behind the net, where he evades the hit from Sandel and plays the puck up to Kemp. Kemp gets it back down in the corner. This is Gray, I believe. And now Kemp comes out, passes out in front. Nelson had a good look at it, but the puck goes loose and it's come behind the net where Sandel is battling his man. It's out in front for Boothroyd. Boothroyd shot high and wide. Kaminicek tries to find his point man, and Keating has just edged it past Kemp. Keating now with wheels. Great cross-ice pass for Evans, and it was just beyond his reach. Good opportunity once more for the Dragons' second line, but Ross Sinnott has missed the puck and Kemp is in 1-on-0. He's gone backhand, blocker side, 2-0 Bradford.
Well, it was that quick break there and the unfortunate miss of Ross Sinnott there that's allowed the Bulldogs to capitalise on that, George, and that's basically what seems to be their game plan. Expend as little energy as possible and jump on any opportunity given.
The Dragons' third line out for the restart, and Medley now steps past Meadows. Meadows recovers to win the puck, and Humphreys missed the clearing attempt, and now looking dangerous. Bradford come down, and the shot was from Medley, and Lavery's got it. Another good save to keep it at 2-0. Humphreys thrown out of the spot. Fico contests the face-off with just over 30 seconds to play in this first period, and the Dragons trailing 2-0. Fico flips it up to centre where Davies is staying onside. Davies plays for Humphreys. Humphreys missed the pass, and it comes back down to Brown. Brown up to centre ice, finds Medley, but it was kicked out. The pass was kicked away from him, and Salt comes back for the Bulldogs. Plays a stretch pass up to centre, that's cut out. 8 seconds on the clock now as Fellows goes down to collect and backhands it round to his partner, Gareth Davies, and that will see the period out.
So, Dragons managing to weather the storm for the first 18 minutes of this period. 2 costly mistakes see them 2 goals down.
And look to find a pass. It was Brown looking to pass there, but Fellows has got the puck and managed to backhand it clear of the zone. Boothroyd has come back to collect for Bradford, and he knocks it up to centre where Medley collects and wheels back inside his own zone. Bradford now at the D-side blue line. The play's broken down again, and it's back with Kaminicek. He plays it to Brown, but Dragons now offside and need to tag up. Kushnirenko flips the puck into the neutral zone, where Brown challenged with Sandel, and Brown got his stick up high on Sandel there, but there was no call on the play.
No, certainly got away with that one. The umpires obviously trying to keep as much of the game flow as they can.
Keating's backhanded one to Steve Fellows. Steve Fellows, tight angle shot. Budgie has, Ian Thurkettle, Budgie's kicked it into the corner, and it's now, backhand shot there.
Really good effort.
Edgerton plays to Gez Evans. Gez Evans steps in, takes a shot off the crest, and it's loose. Keating scores on the rebound.
Well, the Dragons finally getting the goal they certainly deserve after all our hard work. They're trying to shut the Dragons out any way they can.
Will Banks now with the puck against Kemp. Banks backhands it up to Fico, who holds the puck up just enough for Banks to recover possession. plays it to Davies, who backhands it in, but it's blocked out by Salt, and now the Dragons need to be careful. There's a break. It's Kemp against Meadows. Kemp with speed, and Meadows just got enough on it, but Meadows has taken a spill, and now Kemp's got time, and on the backhand, he beats Lavery, low blocker.
Well, that was a very quick turnaround, a very quick response there. It's going to be interesting to see how the Dragons respond to that now, George.
The Dragons zone is back at the blue line with Salt, and that hit Edgerton out in front and broke for Davies. Gez Evans for the Dragons, who played it up to Keating, but it slipped past Keating. Now he's recovered it and he shoots and scores! Chris Keating, second of the game, brings the Dragons within one.
And we've got ourselves a game.
We do indeed.
And we talked about capitalising on opportunities. Chris Keating, certainly there proving it. All he had to do was get his stick on it and find that bottom corner. Did so. Third Kettle saw it last minute through the traffic,
but will not have the speed to get past Kaminicek. Boothroyd brings up for Bradford at centre ice and finds Kemp. Kemp, nice soft pass inside. Oh, it's a beautiful goal. Kemp to Boothroyd. Boothroyd went high glove side on Tegan Lavery, and the score is now 4-2 Bulldogs.
Yeah, Bradford there just taking advantage again of the miscommunication of the Dragons D. Obviously Lavery tries to do all she could, drops into the butterfly ball.
Things down. He swings it round where Sobolev battles. Sobolev tries to clear the zone, but again it stays in. Sustained spell of pressure here for Bradford as Stockton wheels round in the corner.
Yeah, Bradford just definitely trying to wear down this unit of the Dragons at the moment.
Now there's room for Gareth Davies to bring it out, which he does by backhanding out to centre where Sobolev flips a cross-ice dump. Davies has hit the ref. And the puck is up at centre, and the Dragons have partially managed to change their line as Sam Plant is out now, and Fico as well. Fico backhands it out, clears the zone. Dragons finish the change as Thomas comes on for Davies. Sam Plant forechecking. The cross-ice pass for Kushnierenko was in. Oh, surely a tripping call there for Thomas, but no call. Bradford now playing it up to Kemp. Kemp with a slap shot, rebound off Lavery out in front, and they've scored. It's Meakin.
Yeah, that slap shot caused enough of a panicked effect at first. Nobody was there to recover the rebound. Bradford just scooped that up.
10 seconds left to play here as Dan Meadows has the puck bounce off his skates, and a long drive was from Kushnierenko, but that won't trouble the net, and
there's the buzzer.
At the buzzer.
There's the game.
The score is Bradford 5, D-side 2.
Welcome back to Drop the Puck. It's our Christmas show, and of course, Ben, it wouldn't be Christmas without... Where's he gone? Where's Gary gone?
I don't know, he was here 3 minutes ago.
Let's try and get a camera and catch up with Gary.
I don't know, go on then too. Just a little one there. Whoa. I mean, ho. Shouldn't sneak up on Santa like that. It's a bit naughty, that. Talking of naughty, check out my naughty list this year.
Try and slow this down. We've got in the middle. Brodeen and Henry. We knew it was coming.
Well, there's punches flying in. Brodeen's a big guy, but Henry's not.
Right from Brodeen. Slug it away. Good job again. Trying to get him off balance. Henry's got the shirt over his head. Brodeen's got the better of him here. Again, throwing the uppercut. Big right from Brodeen. Tussling. The referee's on the way. Oh.
just trying to find their feet. Oh,
Shot in from Parry.
Oh, and
Kennedy goes in for the rebound.
Oh.
Already. We've gone. Gloves are off, and it's Parsons. Parsons. And it looks like Dan Harrison. Confirmation in a minute. That's Parsons goes down. Harrison's still throwing digs in.
Oh, is it Bruce?
We get confirmation. There was only a flash in the shirt.
Yeah,
oh, it is
Bruce.
Bruce, sorry.
So guys, when we talk about some of the great games we've seen this season, it wouldn't be drop the puck without a comeback. It wouldn't be drop the puck.
Everyone loves a good comeback.
Everyone loves a good comeback. Everyone loves to see a player return that we haven't seen for a while. And in that regard, it was great to see Sean Kippen back.
Oh, he just lit the ice up that night. Not literally, because otherwise it would have melted.
Yeah.
But he lit it up.
Global warming.
Yeah, kind of, kind of like a shift.
Is that his new nickname? Sean Global Warming Kippen.
Yeah, no, he did. He lit the place up because he just commanded everything, and he had a fantastic game. He was the key to the whole win.
Going into the third period, Dragons had the lead. The crowd was on their feet. It was just outstanding, and then the Warriors decided they were going to play.
Yeah, it was almost as if they'd been toying with the Dragons the entire game. Obviously, the Dragons team looked really good. We're all dialed in. Some nice, tape-to-tape passing going on. Some very clinical passing, very nice shots as well. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, it was like Sean nudged the Warriors and went, "Psst, boys, shall we play?" And all of a sudden, they just took off with it. And it was a different skill level altogether that we saw.
Yes.
Whitley, for me, came into that game with a game plan, and they executed it precisely. Dragons didn't know what come at them because it was just one after the other. To me, that was probably one of my best games of the season so far.
Praise from Santa himself. Let's go and take a look at the footage. Warriors hold that in. Richards goes back for it. Tries for the wraparound. Goaltender had his pad down. Marley takes a shot. Hit the skate of one of the players, and the puck is loose out front. And it goes in. The Warriors open up the scoring in the first 2 minutes of this game. Off the blocker of the netminder and into the far corner. Another shot from Sean Kippen. And the Warriors doing a great job of containing this game.
And the Dragons have wasted a chance there with the power players.
Bannon to Parsons, and Parsons gets a goal. Dragons pull one back just after the power play.
Oh, it's in!
And it's a goal. The Dragons have evened things up with 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Welcome back to Drop the Puck. We are set to go for the second period. And so is Scott McKenzie. And it's a goal! Scott McKenzie in the opening seconds of the second period just breaks away and gives the Dragons the lead for the first time this game. Puck loose up front. Shot! It's a goal! The Dragons pull back another one.
Oh,
loose out front, Kippen.
It's in.
And he gets it in.
Sean's going to be happy with that one. Oh, it's in.
It's a goal.
Oh, we said we could do it.
Warriors managed to pull us back. 4-4.
No sooner did he come back on the ice and he made them pay for it. Kippen gets another one and it's 4-4.
Almost beat out Mark Turnbull. McKenzie takes a shot and it's a goal! The Dragons! As the penalty to the Warriors is about to expire.
Oh, it's in!
It's a goal! Another one! In case you've just joined us, go back and watch this whole game. It's been a great one so far. And just as he says it, the Warriors Just as the Dragons did at the start of the second period, the Warriors come out here, all guns blazing. Longstaff takes his time, and there we go! Whitley Warriors are back in this game, courtesy of Dean Holland.
The Dragons have surely got to wake up a little bit now, otherwise this could get really, really painful for them.
This is it, we're into the last 17 minutes and the Warriors score again!
Here you go!
Harley goes for a shot, puck's loose, Kippen! Sean Kippen gets another goal! So, at the 3-minute 51 mark of the third period, Sean Kippen gives his team the 2-goal lead.
Oh, he's leading in again, and it's in!
And there's another goal! I can't believe this. Ben Richards scores again for Whitley.
Jonah Armstrong in between the posts.
That's right, Armstrong in now for the Dragons. Graham Baird had a great 2 periods, but Whitley had him sussed in the third. Wainwright picks that up. Chips it in, and there's going to be a line change for the Dragons. Fast pace of this period, a lot of line changes. Into the far corner, Daniel Good goes back for that. Harley with a shot from the point. And now Edgar.
Oh, it's in.
Edgar gets another goal for the Warriors. Picked up at the point. Gives it to Edgar. Edgar shots. It's another goal. Whitley Warriors make it 11. Phil Edgar with an outstanding performance once again.
He's been a different player on the ice to some of the others, hasn't he? The speed he's got.
So guys, that's been our season so far. Loads more great games coming up. Yeah. Is there anything in particular you're looking forward to?
Yeah, myself, it's probably going to be the return leg of the Telford Tigers to the Den. I think that's going to be an interesting fixture. And possibly another trip here to Widnes.
I can beat you. I'm looking forward to the return leg of Widnes Wild versus Ulster Macy's. I think it's going to be a key to the whole Laidler Conference.
I completely agree. That's my game going into January that everyone's got to see, and we hope to cover it all here on Drop the Puck. So from all of us here, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's been involved so far this season, from all our crew, everybody who takes the time to come down and help us out on game day, everybody who takes the time to edit, because it's a big show. It takes a lot of time to put this together, and for no money whatsoever.
Oh, can I ask Santa on my wish list for next year? Can you get a sponsor?
That'd be nice.
You heard it here first, guys. But yeah, I just want to thank everyone who's been involved so far this season, and don't forget there's plenty more action coming up. So from all of us at Drop the Puck, hope you're having a great Christmas, and we'll catch you in the new year.
Merry Christmas.